Hi, this is Josh Marshall for TPM. This is the setup for Monday, June 18th, 2012. And today we're going to talk about last week's surprise announcement from President Obama about the status of a lot of young, undocumented immigrants across the USA. As you know, the DREAM Act is something that's been roiling American politics for the last couple years, and it's a piece of legislation that would give a path to citizenship for young people who were brought to the United States illegally when they were young, but have gone on to not get in trouble with the law, graduate high school, or serve in the military, and give those people a path to citizenship. But that legislation has been held up in the Congress for a couple years now. Then on Friday, President Obama surprised a lot of people by going ahead and basically creating a mini DREAM Act by executive order. Now, technically, it's not an executive order. It's something called an administration directive, but it's the same difference. It's something that the president could do because of his inherent powers as president. This wouldn't do everything that the DREAM Act would do, but it would remove the threat of deportation from a lot of young, undocumented, or illegal immigrants across the country. Specifically, people who came to the U.S. before the age of 16, had been here for more than 5 years, and hadn't gotten in trouble with the law. Now, this move got predictable cheers and jeers from both sides of the aisle, but one thing that people haven't paid a lot of attention to so far is the expiration date of this order. Here's how this works. Again, the president was able to do this just because he's president, and that means that he or any other president can undo it at any time. This doesn't permanently remove the threat of deportation. What it does, it basically puts it off until either the Congress legislates the DREAM Act and makes it law, or until someone else becomes president who doesn't share President Obama's view on this matter, i.e., Mitt Romney. So in political terms, this doesn't just cheer people who are either directly affected or the families of people who are affected by this order. It does something else. It basically says that if President Obama doesn't win re-election, everything could change. So that creates a whole different level of incentive for people who support this move, and particularly for people who are affected by it, to make sure President Obama wins re-election. It also put Mitt Romney on the spot because he's trying to move to the center on the immigration issue, but this immediately put him in the position of needing to say, would he continue with what President Obama has done, or would he revoke that order? That's the kind of specificity that Mitt Romney has not wanted to come forward with on pretty much any issue, but this one has been queued up in such a way that he really can't duck it, even though he's trying. Take a look at this video.
Would you repeal this order if you became president?
Well, let's step back and look at the issue. I mean, first of all, we have to secure the border.
What would you do about it?
Well, as you know, he was president for the last 3.5 years, did nothing on immigration.
Sure. But would you repeal this?
Well, it would be overtaken by events, if you will.
I won't keep on about this, but just to make sure I understand, would you leave this in place while you worked out a long-term solution, or would you just repeal it?
We'll look at that. We'll look at that setting as we reach that.
So going forward into this week, watch really closely how Romney tries to get a handle on this issue and how the Democrats, and particularly the Obama White House, tries to keep upping the stakes on him. It's going to be really key for how both sides are trying to campaign for the Hispanic vote in this country in 2012. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM, and we'll talk to you next week.